Hello and welcome to Coach Mel's boot camp. So boot camp is done in 3 rounds. First 2 rounds we go through 3 times and the last round we go through 2 times. In this, each round is going to contain a lower body move, an upper body move, a core move, and a cardio move. 40 seconds on, about 12 to 15 seconds off, except for the cardio, that's only for 30 seconds. You will need a variety of weights. You will want a mat because we will be working on the floor, and make sure that you have some open space, especially for our first cardio move. All right, that's it. Time to get warmed up. Let's get a little jog going. That's it. Pump those arms, lift those knees. All right, big stretch and other side. Rotating on that back foot, make sure you don't leave the heel on the floor. Reach from your shoulders all the way out to those fingertips. Excellent. Last one each side. All right, squat, roll up and out. Squat, up and out. Just getting all those joints warmed up. Good. Down, up and out. Down, up and out. All right, let's step back. Arms up, big reach. Push into that back leg, rolling the hips forward, getting that hip flexor. Oh. Down, step back. Good. So make sure you're throwing on some good music and get you motivated through this workout. All right, come to center, feet out. Come on over to the side, to side. Remember, we keep the knee in line with the toes. Push back through the hips. A little hinge forward, getting a little stretch in that inner thigh. Working those hips. Oops, a little hip pop there. That's it. All right, bring your feet in, hinge forward, arms out. Flat back, straight legs here, and up. And up, good. Exhaling. And up. Let's get 2 more here. And last one. Good, let's blast it up through the middle and bring it down, squeeze the back, up, out and down, up, out and down. All right, and now let's just throw those arms. Do a little rotation through the spine. Let those arms just go one side to the other. All right, I'm gonna bring you through the moves for the first round. So we're gonna start with a stepping squat. So what that means, we're gonna have our weights here. As you step forward, you're gonna step down and then push yourself up and back. We're gonna stay on one leg, leading down and up, and then the next round we'll switch it, and the last round we'll do half and half. Second move is our bent over row, narrow and wide combination. So narrow, and then rotate those palms back for your wide. Make sure on the back that you're not going here on the wide, you're coming here at an angle. All right, squeeze in between the shoulder blades. For our core move, we're gonna do an extension single, single, double. So come on down, it's single, single, double. Now you can lean back on your elbows if you need to on that one. Double, and you can put your heels down if you need to. Single, single, and then double, all right? Really squeezing those abs. And this is the one you need a little bit of room for. We're gonna do a little 3 steps forward, 3 steps back. So 1, 2, 3, tap down, back 2, 3, tap down. 1, 2, 3, back 2, 3. So just small little steps if you don't have much room. or move things around. I gotta move my step because I kicked that the first time. All right, I think that's it. We're ready to go. So some weights for that first move. Squats coming forward and back. Remember, it's legs, so you could probably go a little bit heavier than some of your upper body moves. All right, step forward, step forward. So lead with the same leg, stepping forward and coming up. Push up through the heel of that leg that's remaining. All right, in 2 and 1. Step forward and down, back and up. Forward and down, back and up. Notice I'm not going fast. It's not about cardio. It's about sinking into that. Try to keep your shoulders over your hips as much as you can. You're gonna have a little bit of a hinge forward just because that's how your body works. Ooh, I really feel that when I step up and I got all that weight on one side. 10 more seconds here, and back, down, down, up, up. Last 2, 1, and resting. All right, we're gonna go to our back move, so narrow and wide. Make sure you have weights that you can handle for that wide, since you're going out a little bit further from the body. Little bend, little hinge, here we go. Narrow, nice squeeze. Rotate those palms back, wide. Bring it back in. Narrow and wide. Again, not going fast, really focusing on squeezing between the shoulder blades on that wide. We do this combo, I think, in the Tabata, where we go nice and fast. Not today. Narrow or wide and narrow. Keep weight in your heels, little bend in the knees, nice flat back. 5 more seconds. Exhale on that up and rest. All right, coming down to the floor, single, single, double. Now you can lean back on your hands or you can lean back on your elbows, but pull that belly button in nice and tight. Here we go. Single, single, double. Single, single. So my body goes back a little bit as the legs go out. Single, single, double. Nice. Single, single, double. If you need to, you can put your heels down for a quick little rest. They're halfway. Single, single, double. Woo. Feeling that. 8 more seconds. 4, 3, 2. Let's get one more set in and rest. All right. Come on up. We're going to do that little forward and back. Reaching down towards the floor. When you get forward, your front foot should be different on the forward, on the back. 3 forward, 3 back. Here we go. 1, 2, down on 3. Back 2, down on 3. Stay low and touch. 1, 2, 3. Back 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Back 2, 3. Pump those arms a little bit. If you have more room, you can take bigger steps. Just keep yourself moving. This is our cardio. And rest. All right. Whew. 30-second rest here. I want you to think about the weights that you just used. Were they the right weights? Too light, too heavy? And get ready to do that again. Whew. All right. Now we're gonna lead with the other leg. We start in 3, grab those weights. So other leg comes forward first. Down, together, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. That's it. Down and up. And up. Excellent. All right, last 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right, putting those weights down, picking up your weight through your row. Narrow and wide combination. Weight in your heels, small hinge forward. Here we go. Narrow, rotate those palms wide. Notice my wrists are out in front of my elbows. I don't want you here, it's out wide. Narrow, wide, narrow. Uses those back muscles in different ways. Good, exhale. And out. And out. 3, 2, and 1. All right, going down to the floor for those extensions, single, single, double. All right, lifting the heels up, or you can put them on the floor if you need a little help. 2, 1, single, single, double. Really squeezing those abs. Now again, you can come down to your elbows if you need to on this. And come back up. It's actually a little bit easier up here. 15 seconds. Single, single, double, single, single, double. 3, 2, and 1. All right, come on up. Oh, we got that little shuffle forward and back. I'm reaching for the floor as I get to each end, pumping those arms, help bring that heart rate up. Whew. Not that it needs to get brought up because it's up there, but all right, 2, 1, here we go. 1, 2, down and 3, back 2, down and 3. That's it. And you don't have to touch the floor, but get as low as you can. Keep those knees bent. You're going back on the balls of your feet, forward on the heels. And rest. I gave you 3 extra seconds. Whew. All right, time to open a window. Get some air in here. All right, walk that off for a moment. You don't want to stand still after doing that cardio. We want that heart rate to come down gradually. All right, starting over. Now, halfway through this time, we're gonna switch that lead leg. All right, here we go. Forward, forward, up, up. That's it, a little bit of balance involved here. 5 more seconds, we're gonna switch the lead leg. Let's get 1 more set in here. All right, switch. So now this foot comes forward first and back first. Down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. 5 more seconds. 1 more. And rest. All right, put those weights down. Narrow row to wide row. Starting in 5. Feet under your hips. Little hinge forward. Here we go. Narrow to wide. So the wide should feel a little harder because you're moving those weights further away from your body. Longer levers from your elbow to your back when you're out wide. Don't pull this up in your neck. Pull through the center of your back. Keep those shoulders rolled down your back. Show you the angle here. Right. And 2, and 1. Resting. Whew. Okay, down to the floor we go. Extension, single, single, double. Almost done with round 1. 2, and 1. Here we go. Single, single, double. Single, single, double. single, single, double. So the higher you're going up on those press outs, a little bit easier. Lower you go, a little harder, but pull that belly button in. It's also protecting your back. Good. Single, single. 10 seconds to go. And 3, 2, and 1. Resting. All right, come on up. Shuffle forward, shuffle back. Whew. Looking to see what our next item is. I don't think I looked at them yet. All right, here we go. 1, 2, down and 3, back 2, down. 1, 2, 3, back 2, 3. That's it. Pump those arms. Good. Keep it going. Bend those knees and rest. All right. You take a good rest here while I tell you what's coming next. So we have a weighted London bridge. So I'll show you that in a second down on the floor. Second one, chest fly to a straight drop raise. We then have a straight leg circles. All right, that's down on the floor. All these are down on the floor until we get to our skaters. All right, skaters with a little floor tap. So grab your mat, come down to the floor. All right, come on down to the floor. Bring some weights with you. And we're not going yet, I'm just showing you. So up, halfway down, up, all the way down. Up, halfway down, up, all the way down. Second move, I'm gonna suggest maybe you go a little bit lighter than you might think you need to on this one. So chest fly, I gotta go a little angle so I have room. Chest fly, and then we're gonna come down by the sides and back up. So that one's a little bit tricky. Make sure you keep that low back pressed into the mat. We're then gonna do some straight leg circles. So here, all right. And then, I'm running out of time, we gotta stop timer. And then we're gonna finish with skater floor taps. I'm gonna move my mat out of the way when we get up and do them. But skater, reach for that floor. Reach for the floor. That's our cardio, okay? So we're on the floor until we come up for that cardio. All right, grab those weights, rest them right here at the hips. Hold on to them, up, halfway down, up, all the way down, but don't rest your butt on the floor. Just as it's about to touch, we go back up. All right, we start in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Up, halfway down, up, all the way down. Up, halfway down, up, all the way down. So do a little pelvic tilt, hips towards the head as you're in the top of that. Really push through the heels. If you'll notice, my heels are on the floor, my toes are up, and I'm really squeezing those glutes. Keep it going. Up, halfway down, up, all the way down. A little bit more here. I can't really see it for sure, but I think there's about 2, 1, and resting. All right, I'm suggesting some lighter weights to try this first one, and then you could always adjust for the next round. Straight over the chest. We're gonna start by going out wide. I put my weights right where the timer is. Here we go. Out wide. Squeeze the chest to bring it up. Keep that low back on the floor. Down by your sides. Oh, and come back up. Up. Bring it down. Come back up. Good. Really push your belly button into your back. Back to the floor. Out. Up. Down. And up. Try to control those weights. A lot of shoulder work there. Oh. What's our timer say? And rest. I kind of thought it felt like the right amount of time. We got to move that. All right. Circles. So keep that belly button pulled in, back in, hands out. Here we go. Circle. Now, if you need to on this one, you could put a heel down, circle on one side, and then put a heel down, circle on the other side. I'm tucking my chin, keeping my shoulders up off the floor. The higher you go, the easier it's gonna be. All right, we're halfway, turn to the other direction with those circles. Now you can lay your head all the way back as well. Really hard to keep the low back on the floor when you do that. 2, 1, and resting. All right, if you are on a mat, move it out of the way for your skaters. You don't want to trip on it. Side to side, but I want you to stay nice and low. Bend those knees. As you go across, kick that foot behind. Reach down for the floor. 2 and 1. Side to side, side to side. Notice I'm staying low. I'm not coming all the way up. That's it. Good. Keep it going. 3, 2, and 1. Resting. Whew. All right. I think it's time for the headband. The hair's going everywhere. All right. Take a little break. We got to start that over with those bridges, London bridges. Whew. Get yourself back on the floor. All right. Weights at the hips. We start in 7 seconds. I think I'll move this over here. Then I can really see it better. All right, in 2 and 1. Here we go. Up, halfway down, up, all the way down. Take the opportunity here to catch your breath after doing that cardio. And we're squeezing those glutes. Oh. Up with a squeeze, halfway down, up, all the way down. Up, halfway down, up, all the way down. And rest. All right, going for that fly to drop. So think about the weights that you used the last time. This was tough, but I'm gonna stick with it. Push that low back into the mat. Hands over your chest. Here we go. Out, up. Now control this down. Pull it back up. Good. Out, up, down, and up. I'm just letting my weight touch the floor. I'm not bouncing off the floor. I'm not using momentum to let them come down. I'm controlling. Pulling them up. Good. 8 more seconds. Oh, let's get one more set in. And resting. I'm gonna leave them down there. All right. Move those weights out of the way. We're going to those leg circles again. Whew. All right, now an alternative, if you're gonna put your head down, would be to put your hands under your butt. You can actually do that in this fashion too. All right, here we go. Oh, that feels a little bit better. Good. So halfway through, we'll switch direction. Push that low back into the mat. And reverse, other way. All right, 10 more seconds. We got this. And 2 and 1. All right. Got to come up for those skaters. Move my mat out of the way. All right. Remember, we're going to stay low on these. We're here for 30 seconds. 2, 1. Here we go. Side to side. Now you can do it more of a step than a hop. That's up to you. Remember, you got to go at your pace. Just keep yourself moving. It's 30 seconds. You got this. 10 to go. 3, 2, 1, and resting. Whew. All right, walk that off for a moment. Whew. Couple nice deep breaths. All right, so we gotta do that round one more time. Getting the mat back out, getting those weights, whoops. You don't want a ball to trip on. All right, we start in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go, lift, halfway down, lift, all the way down, up, halfway, up, and down. Good, make sure that those heels are tucked in towards the butt. Big squeeze. Push up through the heels, squeeze. All the way through the hamstring to the glutes. That's it, where are we at? 4 more seconds, 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right, chest fly to straight arm drop. Push that low back into the mat. Knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor in 3, 2, and 1. Out wide, and then let it drop down. Oh. Out wide, and let it drop. Going. 3 more seconds. 2, and 1, and resting. All right. Going back to those leg circles. I'll do half in each direction. Go ahead and place those hands under your butt. Keep that back pressed into the mat. Legs out. 2, 1. Now, you can bend the knees a little bit too. That will make it a little bit easier if you're struggling to get through this 40 seconds. Exhale as you're going down across the bottom. That's where all that work is. All right, opposite direction. That's our halfway point. Oh, really keep that back pressed into the floor. There we go. 3, 2, and 1. Woo, all right, bring it up. Skaters. Whew. Feels down good there on the floor though because the window's open and that air is going right down. All right, skating it out. 2, 1, here we go. My watch is falling off. Side to side. That's it. All right, 8 more seconds. 2, 1, and resting. All right, walk that off for a moment. You have a nice rest here. Get a drink if you need it. So next round, we're gonna start with a side lunge pulse. We're gonna stay on one side for 20 seconds. We're gonna go to the other side for 20 seconds. So weights will be here, and we're gonna stay right here in that middle section of that pulse. Not all the way down, not all the way up. We're just gonna pulse right in the middle. All right, second move, half curl. We're gonna go out and up. Notice where my hands are, my wrists are. Down and release the curl. So half hammer, up, down, and release. Nice and slow and controlled. All right, double cross mountain climber. So what that means is we're down here on the floor, up into your high plank, and it's 1, 2, 1, 2. This is not our cardio, so it's not about going fast. You can also do that one on the wall You would be here and you come 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, rotating and squeezing. And we have power lunge hops, which are here, 20 seconds each side. The good news is we only do this round 2 times. All right, I'm gonna actually leave that there. Grab some weights. We're going into those side lunges. In 2, 1, come out here, stay here. Press right here in the middle. Weight is in your heel. My knee is right over my foot. And the weight is just squeezing from the back of that heel all the way up, other side. Sink into it, pulse. So I'm already thinking about my weight for the next move because those up and outs for the shoulders, I gotta make sure I can handle the weight and rest. I can handle more in my curl than I can in this move. So I'm gonna go with my kind of mediums. All right, half curl, lateral raise in that 90 degrees. All right, here we go. Up, out, down, and down. Up, out, down, and down. Up, out, down, and down. That's it. Up, out. We got 12 more seconds here. Nice and controlled. It's not about going fast. Our next move too, mountain climbers, you think fast and cardio. We're not going fast. It's our core move, not our cardio, and rest. All right. Get into that plank position. This one you can't really do from your knees, so if you can't be in high plank for this, I would suggest doing it on the wall. You just don't have enough room. Here we go. Cross, cross, other side. Cross, 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 cross. Now your other option would be just to hold a plank here. You can do that one from your knees. Cross, cross. We're halfway. Notice my feet are out wide. That helps with the stability when you're lifting up one leg. Keep your shoulders in line with your wrists. 3, 2, and 1. Resting. Whew, I'm glad we only have to do this one twice. All right, going to those lunge hops. So I'm gonna leave my mat there. I'll just go on and off. Get yourself into that lunge position. Here we go, little hops. I'm gonna use my hands to help a little bit here. At 15 seconds, we're gonna switch sides. Oh, my cardio is on for too long. All right, I gotta watch it closely. And switch. For some reason, it's not set up right. All right, couple more seconds here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Resting. Woo! All right. Yeah, that was set for too long. So we're gonna get a little extra break here. Whew. All right. We gotta do that again, starting with those side lunge pulses. Picking your heavier weights for that one. Grab a drink if you need it. We still got 15 seconds. All right. Grab those weights, bend those knees. We're gonna come out to one side. Stay in the middle of that lunge for your pulses. 2, 1, here we go. Right here, pulse. It's a nice slow movement. There's just a little bit of bend in that knee. I'm not going all the way down. I'm not coming all the way up. Here for 5 more seconds, and we'll go to the other side. 2, and 1, up and over. That's your tiny little rest there. That's it, keep it going. Small here. Make sure your shoulders stay forward. So I don't want your shoulders over here. That puts weird strain on your knee. Staying right in line with your body. 2, 1, and rest. Put those down. All right, going to our hammer curl to 90-degree lateral raise. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Up, out, down, and down. Nice and controlled. Even that down right here. Don't just let it drop down. Use your muscles to control those weights. Wow, good. That's it, keep it going. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right, going into that double cross mountain climber. Now again, some options here is on the wall if you can't do it down in plank, or you can hold a plank in high or low. Here we go. Cross, and then the other side. 1, 2, 1, 2. Keeping those shoulders over your hands. That's it, keep it going. Past the halfway point. I struggle with mountain climbers, I always have, I don't know why, but I do. 8 more seconds, we can do this. 3, 2, and 1. Woo, resting. All right, we gotta do those lunge power hops. But this is it, last 30 seconds of work coming right here. Woo, it's hot in here. All right, 2, 1, here we go. That's it. Nice and soft on your lands. 2, 1, switch to the other side. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Resting. Woo, so we might have done that 35 seconds the first round because I wasn't sure what that timer was set on. But that one was 30. All right, walk it off for a moment. So I gotta read the poster that's there. I'm gonna put them here eventually. Gotta figure out how to do that. It says a journey of 1,000 miles begins with 1 step. That means start somewhere. Start with something. Get yourself moving. Most important thing that you could do for yourself is to keep yourself moving. Even if it's just going for a small walk around the house a couple of times a day. It's so worth it to keep yourself moving. All right, let's start with that quad stretch. So bring that foot up behind. If you can't reach all the way, go against a wall and then push back into the wall. But knees together and then do a little roll forward to the hips so you can feel that in the quad. We all got to start somewhere, guys. All got to start somewhere. Don't compare yourself to others. Set your own goals. Push that heel back, hinge forward. Because everyone is at a different phase of their journey. So you can't expect to be at the same place where someone like me is that has been exercising for years and years and years. Bring that heel forward. Hinge forward. Oh, feel that in that hamstring. Woo-wee. What did I do to make that so sore? All right, come on up. The other thing I've talked about before, missed it, is find an exercise buddy, right? Find someone that you can be accountable to and they can be accountable to you. It makes all the difference in the world. It really does. You don't have to do this alone. All right, step back, heel to the floor, hinge forward, stretch the calf. Couple deep breaths. I'm still trying to get that heart rate down, get my breath more normal. Come forward, heel down, toe out. Don't skip out on the stretching, all right? This is an important part of the whole thing. You don't want to just stop cold turkey and go sit down. You're going to be more sore if you do that. Come on up, bring the feet out to the sides. And remember, just because you're sore doesn't mean that you can't work out. There's a difference between sore and hurt, right? If you're sore, keep working out, because eventually you're not going to have that same amount of soreness, and that's when you're going to know that it's either time to go with higher weights or switch up, reach out in front, switch out what you're doing, because your muscles have adapted to what you're doing. All right, rotate those toes out. Roll a shoulder forward. Other side. And roll yourself all the way up. Reach those arms out nice and wide. Now if you can, we're gonna go behind, push out, back and down. If you can't, just hold them out there nice and wide. So in case you're wondering why I have an Atlantic City shirt on, I'll explain that while we're stretching. So I was at a conference last week. I don't live in Atlantic City. I don't come from Atlantic City. I was at a conference last week for my job, and they were giving out lots and lots of shirts and sweatshirts and all that, because it's all about screen printing and embroidery and, you know, decorating apparel across and down, which is what I do for a full-time job now. So it was a lot of fun, and I decided to wear one of the shirts that was given to me. I thought it went good with my funky pants. Got a little bit of light blue in it. I like my pants. I do like to try to match. I'll say some mornings I don't quite get it, but I do like to try to. All right, up and back, give a little tug on that elbow. Still taking some deep breaths, getting that breath back where it needs to be. Other side. And let's throw those arms up, big exhale, all the way down. Excellent. Thank you so much for joining me for this boot camp workout. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I'm a sweaty mess, that's for sure. Remember, exercise, while it's important, it's only half of the equation. Make good decisions in the kitchen. I'm here to help you be healthy before you need to be healthy. I'll see you in the next one.